You know, in recent years, I haven't had that much time to really play the games I want to. I always work too much. I have a little bit more free time now, so I was thinking, what are some of my favorite kind of games? One of my favorite types of games growing up were good old-fashioned RPGs. Yeah, role-playing games. Storytelling at the forefront, stat-based battle mechanics, all of it centered around exploration, magic, item usage, equipment, loot, leveling up your characters, and conquering evil in the end. These games can be turn-based, action-based, strategy-based. They can be set in any imaginary setting, though most of them are fantasy-themed. But they had a similar stigma at one time to playing Dungeons & Dragons, which in all fairness was the inspiration for these kinds of games. But recent console generations have made them all much more mainstream. In fact, most games nowadays in general borrow lots of RPG elements to varying results. RPGs take some commitment to play through, can easily take 40, 60 hours to beat one of these, and when I was working 90 hours a week, I didn't have time to play any of them. I missed out on a lot of good RPGs like Breath of the Wild, Star Ocean: The Last Hope, Divinity: Original Sin, The Witcher, the list goes on. But now that that's over and I actually have some free time, let's take a look at one of the earliest RPGs I have ever played. Lots of people around my age started with Final Fantasy, particularly Final Fantasy VII. It's a classic, but I want to go back even further. Legend of Zelda? Also a classic, but there was a time when RPGs were not real-time action. It's one of the first RPGs I ever got my hands on as a young child, was this really obscure Sega Genesis port of a home computer game. This is a game that needs every introduction since no one seems to know what the fuck I'm talking about when I reference it. It takes all the D&D style tropes and rolls it into a console experience with no easy streamlining, no simple button commands, and no hand-holding. Yeah, this is a real hardcore experience right here. What game am I talking about? I'm talking about the Faery Tale Adventure. So right off the bat, this game takes the storytelling aspect of RPGs very literally. It starts off with a narration through a storybook. The narrator goes on and on about these brothers saving the land, blah blah blah. Graphically, it reminds me a little bit of Highlight, but to be fair, porting a computer title to a console was a hell of a feat back then. But that music, god damn, that music is awful. I mean, the arrangement is fine, it gives off a real fairy tale feel, but the Genesis sound hardware makes it sound like audible golden shower. Okay, so we start off playing as Julian, the oldest of the three brothers. Right away you find out that this game does not want you to know where the fuck to go, which is good for exploration, I guess. The narrator sticks around. There's actually a narration box so he can narrate your adventure for you. That's kind of a cool feature, and to be honest, that's the one feature of this game I truly remembered throughout all the years after playing it, and I spent years tracking this game down just so I can see it again. So this town, it's the starting town of the game, and it's just so empty. Like, there's no people walking around, there's no commotion, there's no peddlers in the streets, nothing. This bad game design? Or is this game supposed to be much more grim and dark than it seems? You know, games like Dragon's Dogma had people in it, but the number of people away from the main town was tiny. It gave off this sort of dystopian vibe, like the world itself was that dangerous and unpleasant that people just generally weren't surviving very well. I get that vibe from this game. But if the first town has almost nobody in it, who is there to save? Even the bar is empty, save for the barkeeper. Huh? How do I talk to him? You have 3 buttons on the Genesis. So one button attacks, one switches you to the menu mode where you choose an action, and the last button makes a selection on the menu. And goddamn, the original Final Fantasy didn't have this issue, and that only had 2 fucking buttons. The icons on the menu suck. I mean, some of them make sense, but others like, what the fuck is that supposed to be? Navigating items is even worse, so is switching weapons. Anyway, can we talk to the bar guy? Here we go. So this is one of those games you need to eat at regular intervals to avoid fatigue and death. Great. So let's explore town a little bit more. Let's inspect this spot. Let's just select look from the menu. Oh, a hidden item. Cool. Now I gotta select take from the menu to pick the item up. This is a real slog on the gameplay, but it does kind of feel like playing D&D in a way, minus the dice. This guy over here is the mayor? Who the fuck elected this guy? The bartender? There's no one else in town. Why even have a mayor? Oh, and I can't attack him? Jesus Christ, this mayor commands respect over an empty town, and he cannot be killed? He's badass, man. Maybe he should be the one doing the fucking adventuring, not Julian. Once you leave the town, this game is fucking gigantic. You can walk forever and ever in a direction and not have a fucking clue where you're going. They give you a little compass, but without a good map, what is the point? The map doesn't even show me where I am. There's this homeless guy over here. He's asking for money. The game's narrator roleplays this via text. I need that money. Can I just kill him instead? Yep, I killed an innocent beggar. Well, what do you expect? This game gets so boring when you're wandering around and fighting nothing for so long. All this time and all I found was a bum? Yeah, I fucking killed him. Ah shit, the music just changed. Battle music. Yeah, listen to them rockin' tunes. These fuckers are gonna kill me. Alright, let's attack them. Wait, what? You swing your weapon around like Michael J. Fox and hope that you hit something. That's the battle mechanic? That's the dumbest fucking attack animation I have ever seen in any video game. He just stands there. And of course, I died. Were the enemies too strong? Was I supposed to go a different direction first? I don't know. But once you die, this fairy thing shows up and brings you back to life. I believe after so many deaths, the player stays dead and you have to play as one of the other brothers, which each have their own strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so we're gonna try a different direction this time. Fuck! Dead again! Oh. Looks like if you keep on moving on the enemy while you're striking, they take more damage. Okay. Still looks stupid, though. You're walking through the trees, it slows your character down. This is bad when enemies are chasing you because they'll catch up quick. But it also slows them down, so use it to your advantage. Kill them fuckers. You get up near a tree, just swing your fucking sword like a fucking lunatic. The enemies are relentless when they begin to chase you. Sometimes you can make them flee, but usually they just keep running after you forever until they catch up with you and you kill them or they kill you. Oh, but this guy right here, he looks like death. God damn it, get away from me. This game just keeps going on and on. Fuck, I died again. And that narrator, who is he supposed to be? Is he the dungeon master? Is he God? Or is he just some old asshole reading from a storybook? Sure feels the need to let me know when Julian is getting hungry. God, I took all this time to track down this RPG I played as a kid. This game that kicked my ass when I was a child. Well, it looks like it's still kicking my ass. There is this weird item that shows your location on the map, which is handy, but you have to use the item each time you want to look? Why can't Julian just jot it down on the map with a Sharpie or something afterwards? I mean, God, everything in this game is too costly. I haven't even found any gold from killing bandits yet. Seriously, these bandits are broke as fuck. They're not mugging people out of anger, they're not part of a gang or anything. They're just fucking starving to death. Then you find these keys. It's different color keys, but I have no clue whatsoever where to use them. I spent an hour wandering around, finding all sorts of keys, and I can't open anything with them. I can't open this fucking locked door with any of the keys. This game, I know it eventually has dungeons you have to go into, but I can't find any. Okay, these death guys are no joke. They just keep up the chase, they rarely flee, and they fly over the rivers. They fly through the trees, they fly through the fucking mountaintops chasing you. Nothing slows them down, nothing stops them. No matter how far I run away, these fuckers won't give up. God, get off me, God damn it! The entire world of this game is just one giant depressing dungeon. The human race has failed and died off, they're starving in the streets and the woods. There's little hope of saving the land, and from the look of it, just letting it die might just be the humane thing to do. So I'm sorry, Julian, and your fucking brothers, but I've had enough of this.
Bard graced a ride along with Geralt of Rivia. Along came this song.